What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to talk about shadow defending. The biggest misunderstanding with shadow defending is that you must always stay directly between the ball and the net. Now, this is true to an extent, however, it's not as literal as people seem to take it. There's much more that goes into it. It's not just placing your car in front of the ball. It takes a much deeper understanding of the game and the play. Because this game is so situational, I can't really give you an end-all be-all answer, but what I can do is explain all the steps to a good shadow defense, and hopefully that will help you to understand how it works. Let me explain. The first step to a good shadow is knowing the range of possibility that your opponent has from their current position. Without knowing the range of possibility, it's impossible to know where to position for your shadow. What is a range of possibility? Well, let's call it your opponent's range for the sake of time. Your opponent's range is all of the options they're able to take from any given position. You have to know every option from the closest all the way to the furthest hit that they can get in order to position properly. Now, this isn't something I can tell you because of all the possible situations you could find yourself in. But what I can tell you is that in order to increase your knowledge on what your opponents can do, you have to practice learning all these possibilities for yourself. For example, if you've mastered flicks, you should be able to see what flicks are available to your opponent from their position. This applies to every skill, so don't get frustrated if it takes some time to learn your opponent's full range. Now that we know their range, we want to find what I call the sweet spot for your shadow. This is the distance from the opponent that allows you to turn and punish any mistake if one is made, but still save any shot they try to throw past you. We need to know our opponent's range because we want to sit just outside of that furthest possible shot that they can take so that we are in a position to save it if they take it. Again, this sweet spot position is not easy to find and takes practice to really get down. So try experimenting with different distances from your opponent, and over time, you'll slowly find that sweet spot. Now that we know where we need to be, we have to put ourselves in that position. But like we said earlier, we don't just want to place ourselves in that sweet spot directly in front of our opponent. This is because being on the same line as our opponent allows them to cut the ball behind us, putting us out of position for the shadow every time they cut it, and possibly leaving an angle that's open on net. The trick to shadow defending that makes it 10 times easier is putting yourself just outside of that line, facing the direction of your far post in net. A great way, and one of my favorites, to close the distance into that sweet spot is a fake challenge. Rush as if though you're going to challenge the ball, and just as you reach the sweet spot, fake and turn around, speeding up into the outside line. This position puts every possibility in front of your car, so that you don't have to change direction at any time. This also puts any cuts behind you towards a non or less threatening space on the field. If the fastest possible shot is taken, we are right there to save it. And if the furthest possible shot is taken, we're already heading that way and have momentum to catch up to the shot. Matching or going slightly faster than your opponent's speed is necessary when shadowing, because this maintains that sweet spot distance. If you line yourself up properly to the far post, even though you're going faster, you should still be slowly closing the distance to your opponent as they push up the field. Their range shrinks as they get closer and closer to net, so you are able to slowly close the distance while maintaining that sweet spot to allow you to save any shot. Now, you might ask, well, why do we need to close the distance? We want to close the distance because at any point that we notice a mistake or an opportunity, we want to challenge right away. There is not a very large window for error in this challenge, and so the closer we get, the less likely it is that we'll be beaten when we do challenge. Now, this challenge should not just be a blind dive. We want to make sure we don't just fly through the ball. So make sure you control that challenge so that the ball and you come out somewhere your opponent cannot get to. If you don't know how to control a 50-50, I've got a tutorial on just that. Click this banner or the link in the description to watch it. And that's about it. Shadowing is an amazing skill to have on defense and allows you to pick your challenges when you know you'll win. Now, shadowing doesn't always end in a challenge. Sometimes, maybe even most of the time, you have to make a save from the shadow position. So I've included a training pack I built that simulates some shadow defending saves. I'll run through it quickly for you guys so you have an idea of how you should be saving these shots. With everything, start out simple by just getting the save. But as you progress, make sure to add a purpose to your save. Save it to a corner where a teammate might be waiting, or save it off the backboard so it bounces further out into midfield. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn notifications on so you get notified when I upload a new video like this. And if you're interested in receiving personal coaching from me, I currently offer my services through Gamers Ready, which will have a link in the description too if you'd like to check it out. And if I'm out of stock, don't worry, you can sign up to receive an email the moment I go back in stock. As always guys, thanks for watching.